Alrighty, here I am again, guys, reloaded. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As we begin today. And here we go. I want to thank you all for your patience. Also, you know, I'm in Panera Bread, so I have some background music playing. Let me know if that's interfering or if there's too much going on, please, and thank you. Good morning, Dan, Aaron, Dr. J. Thank you guys for being here. As we start this morning off with the SPY dropping, of course. Huge gap down we've had. Man, that's a lot of money. I really want to start playing that first candle. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, thank you, Dr. J. Can't really tell myself. Goodness. Slight delay on my end. Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. My goodness, look at this. Right down to the 511. Getting a bounce from there. Again, FOMC is coming out tomorrow. So a lot of people will be trying to position themselves in their account for FOMC. First 5 minutes are so extremely volatile. Thank you guys for your patience. Very strong bullish move right out of the gate. Very strong bullish move. Just want to let you know what I'm thinking about early, guys. The algos. I am thinking about taking a call above the 513.1 area indicated here. We're in this controlled selling, and we actually just bounced right off of my green algo. Wow, amazing. Change that back to an arrow here. So we had this selling green algo, and we just hit the bottom of it, and we bounced out of that. So I would probably be interested in a put below the 510 area. 510 has been acting as a magnet, so it wouldn't surprise me if the stock went down to the 510. I would be interested in taking a call if we're able to break out of this selling, this controlled selling, and in doing so, also this needs to change colors too real quick now. Break above and out above this resistance at the 513.1 area to take that back to the top of the channel. So that is what my early thoughts are. Very not surprised that we came down here, and I'm not surprised that we bounced, because this is the bottom of an algo. If we break it, that will be very interesting. If we break it, you can expect it to come down to the 510.1 area. So we'll just be interested in seeing what happens. Bouncing off Friday's high is what Dan is saying, and I do see that as well. And this is Friday's high. You can see that here in the 30-minute chart at 511.72, which is why we like to look at a lot of days. We just don't look at today. We also look at previous days to help us in identifying possible trade areas. We do have a head and shoulders here that can form at the 511.3. There can be a shoulder, a right shoulder here. We'll see that in the next candle, with the bulls potentially bouncing off that 511. Might not be perfect, but that's the area. Let me go ahead and identify it for you using a little bit of pre-market as well. Okay. We've already bounced once off of the 511.3 area. And there's that bounce off the 511.4. Alrighty, and we're getting ready to start the next candle, and wondering if we're going to break this or if this will act as a base. This is also the bottom of that selling algo. I'm expecting some resistance from the bulls here, and that will help create that right shoulder. Would love to see a hammer down here. There's the shoulder that I was looking for, guys. There's the shoulder that was created. Now that we have this head and shoulders, the market can either continue to go down or reverse and go back the way it came. We've had a drop pre-market from the 513 to the 510. So bears need to rebuild liquidity in order to take it down lower. I hope this understanding was beneficial to you guys. As far as, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Okay. Alrighty, I'm glad to know I'm still with you guys. Again, we have, probably should make it a little darker. Let me make it a little darker. Okay, so we do have an RN, a selling algo right now, but we're at the bottom of that algo. So we have a green algo and a red algo. Both are selling algos. We're at the bottom of the green algo and we're bouncing off of it. I will be interested in taking a call if we're able to break out of it and above the 513.1 resistance area, or if we put in a very nice shooting star. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I went on ahead and got in a call right here. Being that we're at the bottom of this algo, looking forward to possibly taking it to the top. Walaikum assalam, brother Hamza is in the building. Very interesting. Again, keep in mind tomorrow is FOMC, so you have a lot of people who are trying to position themselves for FOMC. Want to welcome you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Does anybody else have any thoughts this morning? Any trade ideas that they would like to share with the group? Again, does anybody else have any thoughts that they would like to share with the group this morning? Any trade ideas? As for myself, I'm really looking forward, possibly, to the market breaking out of this selling algo, or at the very least, well, that's not the very least, but breaking out of it, then taking it back up to the upper part of the algo in the 515 area. I actually wrote that down in my trading plans. I would like to enter at 513 and exit at 515. Those are my tentative plans. I just got in a little early. As you know, sometimes I have the tendency to do. I'm keeping a very tight stop. But I just recognized the fact that we were at the bottom of this algo. And to me, that presented a very low risk trade opportunity. I was only risking the bottom of this algo. Now, absolutely, I still feel, oops, sorry about that. Absolutely, I still feel very strong. Got through VWAP, so that's good. Well, it hasn't closed yet, Dan, as you always say. I'm going to say it together with you. We have to let the candle close. But I myself just saw a very low risk trade opportunity, and so I took it. That trade idea came from the fact that we were and did hit the bottom of this algo, and we started bouncing off of it. So that is letting me know there are bulls here. Now, how strong they are, I don't know. But there was a very solid trade idea, and I took it. And I'm protecting it by keeping my stop very, very tight. Again, for me right now, it's a very low stress trade because I got in very close to the area I would get out at. Very low risk, potential for good rewards. Low risk, high rewards is what we're looking for today. Possibly. I am in a call, Aaron. I'm in a call, and I got in the call because we were at the bottom of this selling algo, my green algo. We have two algos here. We have a controlled selling algo, and we have a very large trending downward green algo. When we hit that bottom of it this morning, the market stopped. That let me know that there were bulls presence here. And so with this being the bottom, I hope you guys are still there. I don't know what's happening with my internet. I hope you guys are still there. Are you guys still there? Somebody type in the chat. Let me know if you're still there. Okay, awesome. I so look forward to getting that dedicated Wi-Fi. All right. Yes, I am back. Now, another thing that I want to acknowledge about this also is that I can't ignore the fact that there is heavy bear presence. There is heavy bear presence. But this is a real battle going on because you see you have the bulls with these bottom tails, and then you have the bears with these upper wicks. Now the bears are attempting to use the bulls as liquidity to push it down further. As we had a nice drop, we had a very nice drop from yesterday's close. And in order to take it down lower, the bears will need to allow the bulls to start buying up and then go ahead and trap them. And below the 511.2 cause these bulls to start selling, which would indicate lower prices and more favorable bear positioning, and also staying in that controlled selling. But against that, there is, and we know that the bulls like to buy at lower prices, we know that there is a lot of liquidity that can be grabbed here by the bulls as well and used to potentially squeeze the bears. We have just closed over VWAP finally. Now we want to see if VWAP holds as support. The next thing we want to see is if VWAP holds as support, and then the next thing we want to see is a close above the 511.7. With the close above the 511.7, that will begin to put some slight pressure on these bears right here. And it is these bears covering that I'm looking to take profit in. Potentially. Take me right back to the 513. We're at the 10 o'clock candle as well, guys, on the 30-minute. So wondering if we're going to have continuation on that as well. Right now, the 30-minute candle is very important. This is really a scalp opportunity here. There we go. Took some profits there. Took a little bit of profits there, guys, as they presented themselves. Hoping we get a bigger move that will put that squeeze on these early bears. And if that's the case, then I would definitely like to take it to the 513, 512.7 area, potentially. Again, the bears are looking to use these bulls as liquidity. And that's one of the reasons why I went ahead and took some profits when they presented themselves. Again, guys, I'm in this call because I was able to identify a bullish opportunity at the bottom of this algo with very low risk. I do also acknowledge that the bears want to use these guys as liquidity. And we're definitely going to see a fight in the 512.1 area right here. We have to see a fight here, because this would also mean that the bears would give up today. Let's look at the daily candle to understand what I'm saying. Today, right now, I believe is red. Today is red. At that 512.15 area, the candle goes green on today, causing all the early bears this morning to cover. So that's another reason why that's a very interesting area to watch. The candle going from red to green on the day could spark a lot of covering from yesterday's bears. You should have yesterday's bear strength that was able to come in and push it down to the 511.2 this morning. The bulls, as they always do, as we see here, every day they buy lower prices. Every day they buy lower prices. Doesn't matter to us, bull, bear. All we're looking for is opportunities. And when they present themselves, we execute. Awesome, Dan. Dan is joining me in profits. Dan, and let's remember we're going to have a battle here in this area because the Bears don't want to give the day up. And the Bears would love to use this as liquidity to push the market down further. Okay. That's to be expected. And this is what I want to see, Dan. I tell you, I want to see how strong the bulls are. Because I already know that the market is red for today. We have a red day. We already know we had a huge drop. We already know that the bears are attempting to use the bulls as liquidity to push it down further. I want to see if the bulls are going to allow that to happen. Are the bulls going to allow the bears to use them as liquidity, or will the bulls keep soaking up lower prices and eventually put enough pressure on the bears to start them to cover? If they do, that should take our profits to another level. I'm going to take a little sneak peek at level 2 here. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the Bears step in like they did. Now I'm more interested in seeing how the Bulls respond to it. How are the Bulls going to respond to this move? That was very, very interesting. That was a very strong bearish move. Very strong bearish move. So the bears are literally attempting to use these bulls as liquidity to go down to lower prices. Be very interested to see what happens next. That was funky. That was funky. But to be expected as well. That's a move to shake out those who are not serious. This is a shakeout move happening right now. Again, that was a shakeout move just to see what bulls weren't serious. Now let's see if the bulls can turn the tables and now use the bears as liquidity. Again, keep in mind there is FOMC tomorrow. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I forgot to ask, but I want to thank you for doing so greatly. Interesting, interesting. 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 Again, that is the Bears using the Bulls as liquidity. back down to the bottom of that algo. You can see it right here. Right back down to the bottom of that algo. Thank you, Dr. J. Everybody, please hit the like button. Greatly appreciate it. And again, if you don't have a trade so far today, you're perfectly fine. No setup, no trade, no structure, no game plan, no trade. You're doing absolutely the right thing by remaining on the sideline and allowing the charts to develop. Always like. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, buddy. Glad you are back with us. Dan, let me ask you, buddy, are you still holding on? And are you still in this car with me to the bank, Dan? Great opportunity right here for the Bulls to turn the table and use these recent bears as liquidity. I am too, Dan. Now, if it would have broken below this, then I would have gotten out of a surety. Great opportunity with a lot of time left on the clock to potentially squeeze these bears. And they are trying to do so. Oh, yes, they're definitely trying to do so. Alrighty, Yad is in a call as well. Alrighty, guys, we are in this car and we're headed to the bank. We're still in a lot of chop, guys. Today is Tuesday. Don't marry these trades. Take profits when they present themselves to you. Very interesting if you look at the line chart. Right at the top of this smaller algo that I drew for you guys here. Right at the top of this smaller algo. And we do have an inverted head and shoulders. Very interesting and interested in wondering what is going to happen now. The Bears are definitely putting up a fight, guys. It's a lot of chop here right now. No clear decision has been made. That was a very strong bearish move right there. A very strong bearish move. Wow, just wow. This is a roller coaster here, guys. We're at the 10:30 candle. Very interesting in what is going to happen at this 10:30 30-minute candle. Looking very heavily at the 30-minute candle as well. There is liquidity to be grabbed on both sides, the Bulls and the Bears. For everybody else, this is a great opportunity to remain on the sidelines as the market is chopping within a dollar range. There's a couple competing algos, guys. That explains why we're having this chop. So for everyone else, please remain on the sideline until you have a very clear structure and a very clear opportunity. Little little less than 1 minute. Very interested to see if we're going to close above the 511.7, and that would also be potentially breaking us out of this small minor algo. Again, attempting to squeeze these bears. Let's take a look at level 2 real quick. You want to see the buyers stacking up here. And want to see these numbers start going the other direction. Want to start getting them to the 80s, the 85s, which is what we want to see. We're stacking up at the 80s. Let me see what's going on here with the Bulls and the Bears on level 2. Heavy bear orders, heavy bear orders, heavy bear orders. Heavy bear orders, big bear orders, big bear orders. Huge bear orders. My goodness. But they are getting soaked up. They are getting soaked up. The Bulls are not playing. Doesn't matter to us. Bull, bear, we look for opportunities. We like to see this right here, get in the nines. Get in the nines and stay in the nines. Get in the nines and stay in the nines. Right now, the Bears are putting the defense up at 92, 5'11", 92. Wondering if we can break out above 5'11", 92. Going in the wrong direction now. Again, very huge selling orders. Somehow the Bulls are soaking them up, though. I don't see how, but they are. The market should be dropping a lot further than what it is. The market should be dropping a lot further than it is with the amount of selling that's being done. Yes, brother. Now this is what I wanted to see right here, guys. And this is exactly what we were talking about as far as with that breakout happening. I'm very content right here. So I want to go ahead and lock in some profits right there. So I went on ahead and locked in some profits because we are at the top of this algo as well. So I locked in some profits. Do what you feel you should do. But for me, that was a great place to lock in some profits. So I went ahead and did so right there. It seems we are now breaking out of that algo. So for those of you who are holding on, then hold on to the 513. Again, this is not financial advice. Do whatever you so choose to do. Just wondering though, did anybody get paid right there? I know you did. Is anybody still in? Or did you get out? Tell me what's going on, team. What are you doing? I myself went on ahead and got out at the top of this algo as the profits presented themselves. Alrighty, alrighty. Dan to the bank. Myself to the bank. Ead, how are you doing? What are you doing? Ead out to the bank. Awesome, awesome, awesome trading, you guys. Way to be patient. Thank you for allowing me to explain to you what I saw. Thank you for your trust in that vision that was given to us by the market. Well, anything is possible, Ead, as we are in between pre-market high and pre-market low. Pre-market high was 513.1. Pre-market low was 510. But right now, we are still in a consolidatory type fact. There was an opportunity for profits here, so we took them. But there's still a lot of chopping is going to be because a lot of people are really just trying to get positioned for tomorrow. Okay, with the FOMC. So can't really expect a whole lot out of today because tomorrow is really going to come with it. So very grateful for the money that we did make today. Very grateful. And in fact, for those of you who didn't hit the like button, please do so. Unbelievably, this is the 19th, and I haven't had a single red day this month. Walillah alhamd, praise be to Allah. I'm so grateful and thankful to the team for your guidance, for you guys' suggestions, for your confidence. Very grateful in that. A little better turnout today, made over 6% on my account today. Grateful for that. Again, we did the right thing in getting out temporarily because the profits presented themselves to us. For everyone else that is still on the sideline, you did not miss a trade. There's no such thing as missing a trade. The market always presents opportunities, always shows us areas to take profit. And when it doesn't, we are patient and we are on the sidelines. Just holding on a little longer, guys, to see what happens here. So, Alrighty, guys, that's gonna end it for me today. I thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you and look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye for